What happening, everybody? Well, here we go, week 9. It's kicking off here with our Thursday night preview. It's too much fantasy football. It's Brian. It's Brennen. It's gonna be a good time. How you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good. I'm very thankful for leagues that are smart. And what I mean by that is like if you're 1 in 7, but you're like 6 in points for, and you're just first in points against. Like in my leagues, the last place to get in the playoffs is the best max points, like your best points scored. It doesn't matter a
Okay.
record. So you could be 3-11, but if you're third in points, like you should be in the playoffs. It's just an anomaly year where you're getting outscored and you're still one of the top scorers.
Yeah, I'm slowly pushing all my leagues to go onto league median scoring to get that second win each week. I'm
Yes.
tired of being top 2, top 3 in scoring and having a losing record. It's just unfair.
Thank you for just saying league median. I just explained it like a 5-year-old for everybody else.
Hey, some folks haven't heard of it. It might be a new setting
I'm
if they're on
slow.
ESPN. They probably have never heard of that. So yeah, we got to give you both ways, and that's how we do it here. You know, we got the blue,
Mhm.
the red, the back. See, it's easy, folks. We're helping you out. We're gonna go through some news, some updates happening around the league, dive into the Thursday night preview, and then at the end, at the halfway point here, folks, we're gonna talk about what we've gotten wrong so far, what we got right, of course. You know, a few victory laps there, but just kind of getting a kind of a good feeling of where we are because trade deadline's happening this week and next week in a lot of fantasy leagues. So trying to
In the
just
NFL.
yeah, in NFL as well. But
It's
if
today,
there's,
right?
I
Or is
think
it
it's
next
next
week?
week. I think it's next week.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We haven't had any trades happen really. So yes, we need it to happen.
Hmm.
Actually, I guess that's not completely true. Let's start off with the Patriots. They just got tweeted out right before we got on here to record. Patriots are looking for edge rusher, of course, naturally,
Makes
and
sense.
motherfucking running backs. Why are you trying to add running backs? Why? Dearness Johnson just got brought up from the practice squad. Henderson did exactly what you like, Vrabel. He was effective and then he fumbled. That's exactly the way Vrabel likes his running backs, right? Right? What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Like this one's really weird. Like like Ramondre's hurt. I'm assuming because he's missed practice today, if not
Yeah.
mistaken, right? So
Yeah.
like maybe Ramondre's like hurt, and they've just now made this public. They're kind of desperate. They're trying to find this happy median until he gets back, or just take over. What are the kicks? His contract's cheap, so like what are they? They're really looking for something cheap because like they don't want another $9 million investment towards the running back. Like so it takes out Chuba, it takes out Tony Pollard there because it'd be kind of a weird trade for them just because of the contract. So
And they've got a
yeah,
second
just
round pick tied up in their other running back. So like Jerome Ford is really the only guy I'd see pop up on the list here. Michael
yeah, and
Carter.
Travion wasn't. I don't. I looked at his stat like wasn't terrible. Like he's a rookie. Like
10
I
for
don't know.
75. He did great
Yeah,
last week.
yeah. This doesn't make sense to me.
Stupid. Stupid. But I did also see they traded away Kyle Duggar, traded him to the Pittsburgh Steelers because Pittsburgh's like, well, we're already first in money spent on the defense. Let's make sure we push it over the edge.
I saw
And
that.
then I saw they traded away another player. Sounds like they're making room for a wide receiver. Speculation here, but it sounds like we're making room for a Chris Olave contract.
I think Rashid Shaheed goes until Chris Olave.
If
That's
they
my call.
extend him, though, he's 27. Do not extend Rashid Shaheed, the Patriots, please.
Yeah, that's just a lot of money tied up in some awkward spaces.
Yeah, no, that sounds like Kendrick Bourne all over again. No thanks. Um, Seahawks brought up another running back from the practice squad. Is this injury? Is this usage? Is Ken Walker on the move? I'm at this point. I want him to be gone. I love Clint Kubiak and what he's doing up there, but I hate what he's doing with both running backs.
I like that tinfoil hat conspiracy, by the way, about Ken Walker. I haven't heard that one yet, so I'll give you credit there.
I'm gonna get my hat. Where is my hat?
Yeah, no kidding. That kind of does make sense because they do got to pay him. And
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet has been the goal line back, and he is getting touchdowns, regardless how much you want to hate the situation. He's being effective where they need him to be. So it's interesting because I would be surprised if he's moved because Seattle's doing really well. They're 5-2. They're
Yeah.
this is a working method for them. So I don't see Ken Walker being moved. I do like the idea of it though, because at some point, like if they just want to go full Charbonnet and say like this is not our part of our future, Ken Walker can go elsewhere. Like okay, so I'm very curious if that makes sense for the Patriots. So they can just do a 1-year rental and maybe it's now Ken Walker and Henderson for the future.
I could do that.
Yeah,
I could do that.
yeah.
Let's go to Carolina. Running back, look, they were nice. They did Chuba well. They gave him his job back to an extent as he came back from the injury, but reports from the head coach, it looks like this is now Rico Dowdle's takeover happening.
First off, I have so much Chuba stock, so I'm sad. I am shooting for the stars and just hoping Kansas City pulls this deal out, because I can't think of another scenario where he goes and it's yeah, he'll be super. Where else besides the Kansas City Chiefs would you have him go at? Okay, still fantasy relevant and just anything like that? I can't. The Chiefs,
the Chargers, and that's just with contingency that maybe Hampton is going to be out for most of the regular season.
Funny enough, that same team I really care about has Omari and Hampton and Chuba Hubbard, so that's just another scenario in itself.
Salt in the wound right there on that one.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, man. What else do we have here? Scary Terry. I was hesitant to play him this week. I guess not to play him because I actually don't own him anywhere. But as far as just where he fell in my rankings this week, and it looks like that same injury popped up again, he is already declared out for Sunday Night Football. Terry McLaurin, it's a lost season at this point.
It's a bust. It's a bust season. And
Absolutely.
Maybe you got him kind of cheaper because of that whole contract situation where you got him maybe a round later. And it's still a deal. Now it's bad.
Wrongo. Michael Carter, he has been cut by the Cardinals and picked up by the Cardinals practice squad. So he's right back where he was 5 weeks ago.
Yeah. This just tells me that Bam Knight has the backfield. And I think it's Emmy DeMarcado as a third down role.
Trey McBride is coming back soon.
Trey McBride or Trey Benson?
That one.
There we go.
Same team. Trey Benson, though. He is on IR. I haven't seen any exact news about when he's coming back, but you wouldn't think that they would do this to Carter if Trey Benson was multiple weeks out.
I think even if he does come back, you're going to be disappointed, because I think Bam Knight has carved a role in this offense. He hasn't looked bad. I don't know if they give Trey Benson, and he's coming off injury. So even if it is, it's going to be another couple more weeks before he's good to go. So I would just say your Trey Benson stock is hold tight.
Yeah, I just recently got him in a Grand Theft Auto league, and I'm in trade talks trying to get rid of him because I have got plenty of running backs in that league, and I don't want to get caught holding the bag on that one. Like you said, Bam Knight might screw those shares.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy. Looks like we are finally going to go back into the JJ McCarthy experience. Carson Wentz hitting IR.
Yeah, really gross.
Any hope? Are you knocking Addison and Jefferson that much, or are they still
they haven't been bad with Carson Wentz, but they were bad with JJ. You are starting him this week with just he needed this IR, he needed this phantom stint. He now sees Carson Wentz bad. There's no pressure. He's done for just all of these kind of hype montage you're building in your head to try to make yourself feel better about playing these guys. Let's just call it what it is. JJ McCarthy might not be a really good quarterback in this league, and it could really affect the Vikings players for the rest of the season. That means everybody. That means Jordan Mason. That means Aaron Jones. That means Justin Jefferson. You just hope for spike weeks, and they really are more flex players.
Yeah, I think I would consider the league lucky if we get 6 good quarterbacks out of 6 drafts. Much less 6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks of a draft. So there's no way all these guys are going to be good. We're seeing cracks in, obviously, Michael Penix is struggling. Bo Nix, I think, is showing a little bit more of
poise.
What we saw in the draft process of kind of why he probably shouldn't have been an early first round pick. But
yes,
we're holding out hope.
Okay,
hopefully. Then as far as waiver stuff goes, we're not really diving straight into waivers, but just keeping an eye on Tank Bigsby and Dylan Sampson, 2 guys that had their starter kind of banged up. Going into a bye week, they aren't required to report on as much of the injury, but if you have that extra spot, those are 2 people I'm looking to pick up, but you may not. It might have to be a pickup after the games play this week.
They're in the category of it doesn't hurt to pick up because they have at this moment, there's a better chance of them being more effective than somebody else on your bench.
100%. Especially Tank Bigsby. Bust off 100 yards in just the second half alone. He, clearly looks like he can plug in and be a,
Let me ask you this question. It's kind of a little off subject here, but are you holding on to Isaiah Davis even if Breece Hall doesn't get traded?
Yes. Just the usage we are seeing. I mean, 12-team league, of course. 10-team, definitely not. Depends on how your roster is constructed, but I've got a couple teams where I am bleeding at running back, like starting Kyle Monangai in the RB1 spot kind of a thing.
Woof.
So, yeah, those teams, I'm picking up as many running backs as I can. And you've got multiple outs with this. Brees could be traded. He could be hurt at any time. And Isaiah Davis is being used with Brees. So I think that he's like just an unsexy flex play at this point who might roll into a bigger workload. So it's worth a shot.
Just want to say shout out to all the Kyle Monangai believers because you actually got me a win this week because I have some leagues where I just wait till after the waivers clear so I can just go click the green button. Waited, you guys all bid on Kyle Monangai, which is respectable. I would have done the same thing. However, it left me with one only player to play, Samaje P. Ryan.
Hey, it's
Few
tough to pull
leagues I
back right
started
there.
Samaje P. Ryan, and that felt really good to see the get the touchdown.
Hey, I mean, yesterday on the stream, they were talking about waiver wire. I mean, P. Ryan actually seems like a decent pickup at this point. Just the amount of points that are going to the Bengals. If you're hurting, that might be the answer. And the last thing I had here is looks like Brock Purdy. We've seen it off Mac Jones. We're ready to move on. The whole is Mac Jones the reason that Brian Thomas Jr. did great kind of a thing. I think we can put that to bed that it wasn't just purely a Mac Jones situation. Brock Purdy should be back. Thank goodness, because that team has been struggling.
Maybe Mac hurt. Maybe Mac Jones is hurt.
Yeah, his ego. Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Nice. And anything else as far as news notes? Something?
Joe Flacco might not play, right? If I'm reading that, he's in the AC joint straight, so that's
Jake
kind of detrimental towards Jamar, who's been so good.
T. Higgins might be getting a sit treatment this week with only 4 teams on bye and Jake Browning coming back. I don't know. Did you see too? Jamar Chase, most targets in NFL history across 3 games.
So great. The number 1 pick is alive, baby. We're having a great time this year over here. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that roller coaster's about to go on a downhill here with Jake Browning this week.
Just this week, it's okay. Like I'm still gonna start him. It's not even a choice there.
God, yep. Back-to-back Joes going down for the Bengals. I mean, overall, it's good for the franchise. We need to get Zach Taylor out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. Let's go to this Thursday night football game. Folks, if you haven't looked at the lines, if you don't look at lines, last week was pretty gross. It wasn't the best. We only had like 2 competitive games all week. It was pretty crappy.
Right now, only one game that ended in single-digit scoring, the Packers and Steelers. Or no, it wasn't that one. It was the Jets and Bengals. That was the only game.
Yeah, that's right. The Jets again gave us a good show, getting their first win. And maybe that's all they needed to get rid of Brees Hall. They're like, look, we're going to hold on to all our pieces, get our first win, and then we're going to ship everything off. Make sure we don't go winless.
One for Nick Mangold, if I had to guess. I'll give him that.
Oh, I forgot about that. R.I.P. R.I.P. Yep. But yes, if you do look at these lines, folks, it kind of gives you a good idea of where the points are going to be, all that fun stuff. Right now, as of this recording, we have 5 games. 5 games on the week that are over 50-point implied totals, 3 other games are over 47. That's tasty, folks. That means points, and one of these games is going to disappoint the hell out of us. But hopefully it's not Thursday. We get to see the Baltimore Ravens take on the Miami Dolphins in South Beach. A 51.5 point over-under. You got 29 implied points to the Ravens, 22 to the Dolphins. Like 3 touchdowns across both points. Like that's money there in fantasy. So let's open it up. Who are we starting here in this game?
Well, you're gonna start Lamar. You've been waiting for so long. It's just like hallelujah, he's back. Because you've probably been treading water with some random pickups. You might be able to start Tua. You might just be able to. There's a possibility.
If you're down bad, but it's the Thursday though too. I don't know if I'm that bad. If you are that bad, you might have to do it. But I'm trying to.
I had a choice, right? Let me tell you this, because I'm going to buy with Jalen Hurts, so I had to go pick up somebody. It was Trevor Lawrence or Tua. Those are my real options here in this league. It's a 12-man league, so I was like, damn.
T-Law's playing against the Raiders.
Yeah, bad defense, but ETN could go off. It could be ETN's game, not just Trevor's game.
But to go into Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday morning, seeing that Tua gave you 7 points,
yes, there's that possibility. I agree.
That would hurt. Yes. I'd probably pivot away, but I don't hate it. Like the Dolphins have been playing decent over the last few weeks. I mean, a lot of losses, but close games, close competitive games over the last few weeks. No Tyreek Hill, no problem.
Oh yeah, I mean they just beat the shit out of the Falcons too, so maybe they're trending upwards.
But yeah, Lamar's line, his rushing yards line is like 36.5. I think it's 38.5 now. It's been bet up. It's juicy. It's
I kind of
juicy.
bet that over. I think I'd bet
Oh
the
yeah, I'd
over.
be taking that over for sure. Running backs: Derrick Henry, Devon Achane. These are, I mean, two
Must
two
starts.
studs. Absolutely.
Yep.
Devon Achane. We're going to talk about things that we got right and wrong. Devon Achane is definitely one I'm going to say that we got right this year. RB 10, 3, 16, 16, 16, 5, 16, 9.
Yep.
No other running back after Bijan and CMC shit the bed. No other running back has done that this year.
He's one of those where if you don't draft scared, it benefits, and this is what it is. Like you play to win, and he's one of those guys where you draft to win.
Yeah. Derrick Henry on the other side, steam's building up. RB8, RB13 over the last 2 weeks. 2 touchdowns this past week. Yeah, loving it.
Yeah, you're happy with the progress so far because it was looking bad in the beginning.
Ollie Gordon continues to be a handcuff for you.
Yeah, because it's just one the if Devon Achane goes down, the role increases, and he's been effective in his role. He's always in like those short yardage plays, the goal line. It's just one of those where he'll have a better week than what he's doing, and you like what you see, but he's not starting for you.
Had a pretty gnarly 20-yard touchdown catch this past year too. It's not exactly in his bag of
Wheelhouse.
tricks typically, but
Yeah.
it came through. As far as these wide receivers, I mean Jalen Waddle, I think Zay Flowers, both of those, everybody whoever has them, they feel pretty confident in.
Yeah.
Are you
They're
kicking the tires on
fringe.
Bateman or Hopkins?
I know Hopkins is more desperate to me. He had more of a continuity with Lamar than I've seen with anybody else of him and Bateman so far.
Yeah, Bateman's been a dud. As far as those
Yeah.
best ball stocks, anybody who's picking up Bateman, it's not worked out the way it did last year with the touchdowns.
No.
And then outside of that, like Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, especially going on to a Thursday, I don't like it. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want not a third. There's just too many other options I could think of that'd be like I just rather pivot to this.
Yeah, Miami's actually been pretty good against wide receiver. Their second worst matchup for wide receivers on the year. It's pretty wild. Tight
That's
ends, middle of the pack.
that's weird. You beat him in the run though, right? That's where
Oh
they
yeah,
were bad.
absolutely. They're 28th against the running back,
Okay,
so
that's what I
25
thought. That's
points
what I
per
remembered.
game.
You can just run all over them.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you can throw all over the Miami Dolphins. You just don't need to throw all over the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, so this is a really good Derrick Henry game, is what we're
Yeah,
hearing.
buddy. Some quarterbacks, some running backs, and hopefully some Jalen Waddle. Nice. Sick game. Is it hitting the over?
I want to say no, but it's close. I don't want to say it's like, oh, if I say the under, I'm expecting I'm low scoring. I'm expecting decent scoring, but I just think that's the line. It's still a lot of
Baltimore's gonna.
touchdowns.
Yeah, Baltimore. I bet hits their over. It's all about Tua. Which Tua do we get?
That's where I'm at with it. I agree.
It's
It could be 5 touchdowns for the Ravens and 1 for the Dolphins.
yeah. It could be 4 picks again for Tua or 4 touchdowns. He's
It's a
Katy
coin
Perry.
flip.
He's hot. He's cold. He's yes. He's no.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins it?
Ravens.
Ravens 7.5. They get it.
Yeah, this one's not a weird upset for me because the Dolphins just came off a really great victory. No one was expecting that. And the Ravens looked okay, or Ravens looked good last week without Lamar. So trending upward.
Yeah, interesting to see what comes of that whole Lamar. Will he play? Won't he play? The fact that they pulled him at the end of this, like they had no strategic advantage by saying Lamar was going to play all week and then anything.
They just pissed
Anything
off all the Vegas odds, which actually
that's
benefited them. It doesn't matter because they still won by a touchdown. Stupid.
right. It was just Vegas pissed off and then realizing, oh wait, we had it right the whole time. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Nice. All right, let's talk about some of these rest of season stuff. A few of these guys that we're looking at as far as what we got right, what we got wrong. Up to this point, maybe a few players you're really targeting rest of season, players you're fading. Kick us off.
Who am I talking? You're trying to get back on Marion Hampton right now. This is where it's that owner is either really desperate and he needs a piece that's kind of stable that will just get him by because he's hurting. So you take him as his 2. Now he's really thin at RB. That's a guy who I'm targeting because I think he'll be back. If you can afford it, he'll be back in like a couple more weeks. I think he'll be week 11 return is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, him and Bucky, I would definitely say are 2 guys. If you are 1, 2, maybe 3 losses, I'm kicking the tires. I'm looking to see what I can do. Not only like they're coming back from injury, they're gonna have fresh legs. They haven't been
Yeah.
getting beat down over the last month. So definitely, I like that call a whole lot for targeting those 2. I guess let's start off. What have we gotten right so far this year? I mean, I feel like Drake May is definitely a player we're looking at a lot this summer. My guy for me, QB number 2 on the season.
Yeah, it is. This is a really good call. He was one of those guys where he took him after Jordan Love, and what was the real difference between him and Jordan Love on their highs, when their games where they were successful. So I know I agree with that. He's had a bad stretch, but he's still a QB1 of the year is Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb Williams sitting there at QB 12 on the year, even with that skid of games. He's giving you enough high of highs. QB1 finished 9-10. He is. It's still been good. It's still been good. And it's a new offense. He's learning a brand new system. He's learning to trust his offensive line again. I think better days are ahead. And yeah, I think it was a great grab, especially where he was going in drafts.
Exactly.
Dak Prescott as well, coming off at QB 8 right now. Big stinker this past week, but he was another player that we were kind of beating the drums on quite a bit.
Yeah, we were just like, this team had to throw a lot, and look what they're doing. They had to throw a lot to win games, and it was just like, color me shocked. It works out.
Justin Fields. I wouldn't say necessarily we were high on him, but he was being drafted by, and I still don't know if he's technically a bad pick because he's given you plenty of usable weeks, but it's also there's been some stinkers in there too, so it's a very volatile pick, but not quite. I really didn't think Tyrod would be taking his job. I just didn't see that as a possibility. It's Tyrod. He's 40.
He was going as what, QB 10, right? If I'm not mistaken, in most. What was his average? Where
he was between QB 9 and 14, depending on your league and when you got him. It was very. There's people that loved him, people that hated him. So
and that's what he is. I think he's been okay for where he's been taken, but like, if you would have asked me last week, you were cutting him and he's a disappointment.
Yeah, I agree there. Kyler Murray, again, kind of one of those middle of the pack guys. We weren't exactly fading him, but we weren't exactly boosting him up. Kyler's been some shit. Kyler's been absolute shit. And Call of Duty's about to drop, so like he's done.
Let me give you a name, and you tell me where you're at with him, because you and I both were like, his ceiling is just kind of capped, and it has been. Ladd McConkey.
I think we got that one right. You and I just weren't comfortable taking him in that wide receiver 10-ish, 12-ish. We liked him a lot closer.
Get him outside of it.
Yeah, we liked him a lot closer to 16 than we did 10. I think we got it right because it was 3 straight dud games, exactly correlated to your draft capital. And at that point, we made the appropriate adjustments. Keenan Allen was a big favorite of mine. I think I got him in literally every single one of my redraft leagues this year because he was such a late pick. ADP didn't have time to adjust. And I was able to pivot at most of those leagues, whether that be trade away Keenan Allen, swap him for Ladd. I think we couldn't have handled Ladd McConkey more beautifully if that's not patting ourselves on the back too much. But I really think we hit that one out of the park.
I agree. I'm going to give you a name where we failed. It's Jacoby Myers.
Oh.
You and I both liked him a lot. We were like, where he's being drafted, take all you can of him, because all he does is just puts up just like wide receiver 2 numbers, and he has been a bust.
Yeah, absolutely. Luckily, again, the draft cost built into him wasn't anything that was going to kill you. But yeah, that was it's not great, Bob. It's not great.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a name where we got right, but we got it right because we got lucky with injury, and it's Brock Bowers. You and I both liked him, but we also said temper your expectations where you draft him just because it can hurt you. And we were never like super high on him to begin with.
I mean, to be fair though, I don't think we were high on any of the top 8-ish tight ends. Like you were coming around to Evan Ingram there as we got closer to the draft season, but still, I think you were getting him in the 9th plus round, so it's still not terrible. It was right around where Tyler Warren was going, and we lucked out grabbing him as well. But most of these tight ends early were kind of busts. Trey McBride, even as good as he hasn't been hurt or anything like that. His quarterback sucks until he has Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett has brought him so many more points in those 2 games than Kyler has, the touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns in the 2 games with Jacoby Brissett. Previously, it took him, I think, 21 games to get 3 touchdowns with Kyler, if you take out that fumble he picked up last year. So really just our fade tight ends in general is worked out well for us. Tucker Kraft, if you faded him, you're screwed, but we weren't anti-Tucker Kraft. It was just...
No, I was actually pretty positive Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
I had him in my top 10.
I'm trying to remember where he was being drafted. He was right in that Tyler Warren area.
He was after Mark Andrews. He was after. He was right around there. He was after Evan Ingram, typically in most
Kelce.
redraft forms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
after
I had him.
Hawkinson, all those fades that we had.
Yeah, we faded, and I guess we did really well on tight end. I will say we did. I think
But
it's not hard to get wrong.
fading tight end, just it's hard to get it wrong. Yeah, just like you said.
It's true, but like the ones we like though are actually being successful, and the ones we hated haven't been.
Again, I've been mini victory lapping this more so to dig it into him, folks, because he was a fade on him. But Javonte Williams, I will say I was not this high on him. I was absolutely so like I have no credit for saying like this is what was going to happen, but just taking the shot on Javonte where he went has fed babies, fed homes. It has fed cities. What Javonte Williams has done, RB4 on the season, going as like RB40, RB35 plus. Absolutely ridiculous looking back in hindsight, but if you took a swing there, you're definitely happy with that one. Because outside of that, the other top five backs, JT, CMC, Devon Achane, Bijan, James Cook, Josh Jacobs, Jameer Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, these were all as expected.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
This is my Christian Watson moment. This is my. I will own it. I'll sit there and own it. Yeah. I said not to draft him. I didn't like him because I liked another player who is. He's finally catching steam. It's Jaden Blue. He's starting to get a little more involved in his offense. Thank God. All that stock I had in best ball, I was just like, I just need you to be on the field and do some sort of production. And it's starting to improve.
I forgot about Jaden Blue. It's been so long.
Yeah. So.
You're my boy, Genty, Blue. Too. I don't mind mini victory lapping that one too. We did our bus episode, and it was not a bad player to avoid coming out of draft season too. Like he didn't come out of the gates running. You were paying pennies to acquire this guy around week 2, 3, and 4. So another one of those players. I get it. The talent's there, the usage, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you have to be okay with that going into the summer. So Ashton Genty definitely. Chase Brown, though, is another guy that I was absolutely all over. And it's taken 7 weeks for that to pay dividends. So,
yeah.
I mean, Joe Burrow might. He definitely played into that a lot. But, a player that has hurt a lot of my draft stock because of way too much Chase Brown.
Yeah, I agree with the Chase Brown when I was going through my head. I'm like, yeah, I remember the Genty one. I'm trying to think of my guy who was like, my guy, Chris Olave. I mean, I said, hey, I think he's being underrated where he's at. He's currently wide receiver. He's not the top. He's not a wide receiver 1, right?
Yes, he is. He is a top 10 wide receiver. And
crazy.
to my defense, this is a lot of what I expected from him. He's number 2 in the league in targets, but it's just the inconsistency, the non-big blow-up games. That's what I was worried about. Like, I didn't think he was ever going to win me a week. And that's what I like to get. But at the same time, you can't have just volatile, big win players like Jameson Williams on your team. You need the Chris Olaves, the guys that are going to go in there and give you a great floor and the possibility of big games. Because, a stint of wide receiver 31, 34, 35, and 18. Not exactly killing you, but not exactly winning it for you. But stacked up on the season, yeah, he is wide receiver 10. He is far and away number 1 in expected fantasy points. Number 2 in the league in targets, and that's only because Jamar Chase has had this stupid historic run. But no, this was a great call. This is Jerry Jeudy was going around him. Calvin Ridley was going around. Like Jacoby Myers. This was a home run pick when you compare it to some of these players that were going right around him.
No, yeah. So let's just go through it really quickly. What are my guys? Let's just answer. Has it been good or bad? We'll just go with that quick, right? Let's do it. So for me, if I'm on top of my head, Caleb Williams is my quarterback.
Drake May was mine.
Okay, both good.
So
I'd say both. Call it a win for both of us. Yours is a better win just because of Drake May where he's been at. But Caleb's still QB1. Let's go running backs. This is where it gets dicey for the both of us because mine's Omari and Hampton. Which was good.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It hasn't been great, but not due to the process. The process was right. The results just weren't. Injuries happen, folks. Injuries happen.
Your guy.
I don't want to talk about it. Look, I refuse to say I'm not taking it as a loss, okay? Where you got him, you drafted him in the RB20s. He is RB25 on the season. His freaking workload is unreal. When you look at his tackle breaking, I don't remember who put it out there, but Ian Hartitz put out a tweet about he made up a new metric called badass or something like that. Ken Walker was number 3 because it was like broken tackles, just he's
All the cool
so
stuff.
all the cool stuff, but
Yeah.
it's when you get half usage because Clint Kubiak wants to be a smart, playing for the playoffs kind of guy. You know, like I'm
Hey,
not taking it
Brian.
as a loss because you draft him in RB25 and he comes in at RB25. So it's not a win, but it's not a
Bad.
loss. It's like
Bad.
picking the Packers when they tie for a Survivor League.
You're upset because you have Ken Walker right now. Let's just be honest. You are upset
Most people are. I'm crying through the smiles.
because you have to start him.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
frustrating. You just need a touchdown. No, I'll give you that. I understand where your thought process is there. Let's go wide receivers. Chris Olave is my guy.
20 spots above ADP?
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, that's a huge one. Absolutely. Jalen Waddle. Again, Jalen Waddle and Chris Olave were back to back in freaking in
And I like
ADP.
Waddle too. I thought Waddle was going undervalued as well. I would have had him as my guy as well.
Waddle is wide receiver 13 on the season.
You should
I
be
get
happy.
it. Tyreek Hill is hurt, but like, I'm not gonna say it was a bad pick because of that. But that was also something we talked about in the offseason. I said that this team could be bad. There's a chance he could get traded. There were those whispers. He's old. There's a chance that he could be dust and or got hurt or just Waddle saw the target. So no matter how he got to it, I'm taking it as a win. 500 yards on the season, 4 receiving touchdowns so far. Wide receiver 13. Let's go.
I don't want to talk about tight ends.
Oh, come on. We got to talk about tight ends because I picked Tyler Warren.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's tight end 3 on the year. It's fantastic. I have about 25% stock holdage on this one guy, and it's bad.
You're talking about the Joker?
Yeah,
The smoker?
the guy that they gave a good contract to, who I thought for sure would be be a big PPR machine, and it's Evan Ingram. It's been bad.
Yeah. Granted, in the defense of him, he was banged up quite a bit for a good portion of the early season, and over the last 5 weeks, 4 targets last week, but 8, 6, 6, and 7. So like a lot of the process is there. He tweeted the Joker card. How could it not come to fruition, man?
I really wish I had made mine Tucker Craft, and again, Tucker Craft is in the high 20s or no, low 20s for me in my best ball stocks. Like I can prove, and Tyler Warren. I had those 3 guys my highest drafted tight ends.
Yeah, the Tucker Craft. I'm glad you didn't. You would have blown me out of the water in the My Guys this year. So no, it works out.
Tight end hurts. If Evan Ingram just goes on his tear at the end of the year, though, just like please make him relevant.
Overall, though, significantly better than we did last year in the My Guys. I think I missed on 3 of my 4, at least 2 of my 4 last year. So I'm riding pretty happy this year. Ken Walker's the only thorn in my side at this point.
Yeah, Evan Ingram was. I'm trying to remember mine last year. I know it was Alvin Kamara for sure as my running back. I was really excited. I had him in a lot of
that
leagues.
one was a huge hit for you last year. You had Jaden Daniels at quarterback as well.
Yep, Jaden Daniels again. But I was kind of like a layup. But Omarion Hampton to me was a layup too. So I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, layups easy a shot for a reason, folks.
Do you know who my wide receiver tight end were? On the top of your head?
I don't remember. Wide receiver, I want to say Chris Olave again for some reason, but obviously I know that wasn't right. I'm like, there's no way he did that twice back-to-back years.
Yeah,
I guess you did go Saints back-to-back years, though. That's interesting.
I did.
Interesting, yeah. I guess as far as like, I don't know, other misses. I'm trying to be equal here with you folks. Look for some of our misses. We just don't do it very often. Unless he's doing props, but
like a miss because it's injury. It was like we both like James Conner.
Yeah, that one.
We were just like the value's there. He's just gonna be a consistent RB2, but also kind of was an RB2 before he got hurt. Like,
yeah. Nico Collins, Brian Thomas Jr. haven't been great this year. Brian Thomas Jr. were definitely higher than Nico. Nico, we were full on of the fear.
Top 5.
Joe Mixon, we faded him before he got hurt. It was a lot of that backfield. It's just the offensive line just made a lot of the Texans an easy fade for me. Rashee Rice, I'm gonna take that one as a win. We've been beating that drum for 2 years now?
Yeah, he's just perfect for Mahomes. It's just get the ball out of my hands quick, and you do the rest of the work. I don't care what you do. Just go forward, and that's what he does. He just goes forward. He's very good at it.
We had full fades on Cooper Kupp. I don't think we drafted him a single time this offseason, so that was nice.
I have zero stock of him in
same.
a lot of leagues.
I don't know if it's a bad call because Ricky Pearsall was leading the league in receiving yards up until the injury, but like both of us were on to Ricky, me, Juwan Jennings, and it just hasn't come. But at the same time,
Kendrick Bourne, you know how we're done. Duh.
Yeah, but like when CMC's taking all the power from all the other players, it's kind of hard for them to get anything done.
There's wins and losses in both of that. We lost in Ricky Pearsall, but it's injury, so there's nothing we can do about it. And wins, we said take CMC. You're going to win the league if he stays healthy. That you can't predict injuries, and I've said that on the show plenty of times. So, and CMC is a league winner right now.
Yeah. Nice. Any other players you want to highlight here before we get out of here?
I can't think of I'm trying to think of like one we were just like, that guy, but I can't think of. I think we kind of touched bases because like we were big anti-lad guys, and then
you want to talk about Scatterbo? We can just omit that one.
I mean, I was right, just not in the right way. I said Tyrone Tracy would be the lead back, and he'll have more starts as a lead back than he would Cam Scatterbo. But I said Scatterbo would have a concussion, not a broken ankle. That does suck. He was really fun to watch. I'm just like so much Tyrone Tracy stock for me has made me hate Cam Scatterbo, but like you can't hate him. The dude's fun to watch.
Yeah, and he's an anomaly too. Not only is he a white running back, but like just the way he runs and gets it done,
makes no sense.
It's if you take that bet 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get it right. He kind of pops out. So everybody's hoping, except for the NFC East, hoping he comes back healthy. Excited for him next year.
News on that, he is supposed to make a full recovery and be back. Like he did tear a ligament in his broken ankle, but like they just said he'll be good to go as long as there's no setback. So good news. Expect him. All right, final thing before we go. If you got to predict, where's Cam Scatterbo go as RB what next year? This is a good call. Let's see where we're at with this.
I bet I bet he's in the top 12 running backs drafted.
Okay, you go 12. I'll go 14 because I think he's not there just yet. I think he's outside of it. I don't
think he is, but I think the hype. I think the hype because JT, CMC, Achan, Bijan, James Cook, probably Josh Jacobs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Barkley, Breece Hall,
Jeremiah Love, who's going to come in the league and if he goes to a juicy spot.
Yeah, Ashton Genty, Kyron. He's gonna be top 15 easy top 15. He might be varying between 10 and 15 depending on the league, all that kind of stuff.
I agree with that. I think he's closer to 15 for me.
Bucky, would you be taking Bucky's gonna be up there?
I'd have Bucky than Cam Scatterbo.
I think so too. Oh, I guess that one's one for. I mean, granted, last 2 weeks for Baker Mayfield haven't been great, but I was fading. I didn't think Baker could do it. I did not think he could do it at the level that he is this year. So because of his draft price, I did fade him a lot. Granted, he was still expensive, but I'll take that one as a loss though with Baker.
Fair.
But I make up with Drake May, so I don't give a shit. Awesome, man. You got anything else for the people?
I got nothing.
Folks, make sure you come back tomorrow when we're going to be going through our start-sit episode. We'll be touching on all of the remaining games, going through all that. And, of course, don't forget to come back for the Saturday episode where we do all of the betting episodes. Killing it on props, folks. Absolutely killing it. Come back. Let's make some coin. While you're doing
still alive in Eliminator. I'm still alive.
Oh, shut up. God, nobody cares about the Eliminators, or at least I don't, because I lost. Make sure you're following us everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that fun stuff. It's Too Much Fantasy Football. I'm Too Much _ Brian. He's Too Much BMO. Thank you all for listening. Like, subscribe, and review.
Deuces.